It's Tuesday night, and as should be obvious by if anybody happens to watch this video, I'm really tired. I am. It's late. It's like 10:45 right now. I just got off the phone with my 18-year-old daughter, and we had a really long and hard talk about some choices that she's going to have to make about her exposure into the community. She has been, in spite of our city being kind of on lockdown now, she's been pretty out in the world with her boyfriend doing things, making food deliveries and all this other stuff. And I'm having to ask her to stop doing that. And that when she comes back to stay with me, she's going to have to follow some pretty rigid protocols. And that's a hard conversation to have with her. And we talked about the losses that she's had for her school year, and the hope that we have that when she goes to college in the fall, things will be better. That it's just about getting through this really difficult time, and also knowing that there are going to be some harder times to come. I have now several people that I know who have tested positive for this virus. I know or know of one of the two people who have died, and it's just going to continue to get worse here in New Orleans. And we're already, our numbers are really alarming when compared to other metropolitan areas that are much larger than ours. Our per capita numbers are really high, and our hospitals are already getting swamped, and we have a lot of problems. It's very sobering. And so I've been that's been in my head all day today. But on the other hand, it's also the new moon today. For a lot of people, that's really meaningful. My yoga retreat group, we have a little friendship group that kind of has sprung from that retreat. And we did a new moon ritual together tonight and set some intentions for this next month, this next lunar cycle. And while that's pretty woo-woo, it felt really positive, and it felt hopeful to me. And so I am going to kind of dive into that over the next 4 weeks, even though there's a part of me that's kind of like, this is new territory for me in my head. But that feels like something I want to explore right now and get that support and give that support back. So I'm actually going to, after this, I'm going to take a shower and just kind of refresh. But after that, I'm going to record a little mind-body practice. It's much more of a mind practice, some abundance mantras, because that's what I want to work on this month. We all kind of set an intention, and my intention is something I've already talked about in other videos, is that I really want to start working on my mindset, which is to kind of continue to challenge the scarcity model that I tend to kind of be immersed in, because that's how I was raised from my youngest days. Scarcity of love, scarcity of trust, scarcity of money, all of those things. I'm breaking through a lot of that in my life, but I need to keep breaking through it more. So that's going to be, I'm going to do a little separate video that's going to be just kind of a, not quite a meditation, but more of a, just a mantra practice around scarcity versus abundance, because that's what's speaking to me right now. And because it's a new moon, that typically means that if you're not in the city like we are here, but if you're a little bit outside of the city, you would see more stars. And so there's a lot of music right now that's speaking to me. But the song that's really kind of come to mind as I was thinking about the new moon and doing a lot of talking about that tonight, there's a beautiful song by Chris Stapleton called When the Stars Come Out. And I feel like right now a lot of us need that hope. And the song just reminds me, it's romantic, but it's also just kind of about like embracing the beauty that's around us. And right now, as things are starting to get really difficult in this community for many people, we need to kind of cling on to things that are beautiful, that are still there. And and recognize them. So this song speaks to me right now. So that's what I'm going to add to